Hello, everybody. I am back, and I wanted to discuss a little bit about veiling. I remember going to church when I was a little girl, and I had I called it the doily, and I hear a lot of people actually refer to it as the doily, but it was like a little doily around your head. I remember you never went to church without your doily on. It was bobby pinned to your head, and it was just round and covered the top of your head. At that time, a lot of people, wore veils, or something, a hat, or whatever the case may be. And then I remember at some point, I did my communion, and then after that, I can't recall kind of that time in between, but then I remember I started doing, preparing for confirmation, and I know that people were not wearing anything, no veils or no doilies or anything on their head going to church. I never knew why it stopped. And I was listening again to I can't remember his name off the top of my head at the moment, but again, I will post it on our YouTube channel. But he discusses about veils and how apparently in 1982, when Pope John Paul, there were new laws written or revised, and veiling was not mentioned in that. Not, having to veil was not mentioned in that. It was taken out. So I presume at that point, that's when it stopped. When you're younger, or at that point in time anyway, nobody wore them anymore. I didn't wear them anymore, and I didn't question it. So, but I guess it stopped at that time. So as I've been, I do research every day, on different things that we can put in our, on our page and things. And I did watch a video about veiling. And if you are a non-married woman, if you're single, you're supposed to wear light colored veils, white, or anything light colored such as this. This was one of the first ones I got when I did not know this little fact. And this is actually one that you can just put, but you can get them in different colors, but this one you can kind of put and just sort of wrap around, to go to church like that. But that being said, if you're a married woman, you should be wearing darker colors. So I may either give this to one of my daughters or just use it for a shawl or something. I don't know. So then I went to this because it was, black. At first I was told you had to wear black, or black is the color you should wear if you're married. No pun intended. And so, and then the black, this one was a little shorter, which I liked. And, again, you can wear it like this. Some people wear it tied. I just wear it to church hanging. But it seemed a little almost like I was in mourning. So I decided to also get another one, but I then found out recently that you can actually wear darker colors. So darker green, a dark blue, dark maroon are some of the ones that I have saved to purchase. But I did get this one, and I believe the company is called Badzel, and it's black and gold. Very, very pretty. And it just kind of cuts up the black a little bit, but you're still wearing your dark colors. And it's very elegant. So, see how nice it looks. These are quite beautiful, quite well done. It's the first time I purchased this one, but everything is nicely embroidered. I don't know if you can see it, but everything is nicely embroidered. They also have some with crosses, and they have some with the Blessed Mother, and they have some with the Sacred Heart, or just the floral like I chose on this one. So, and they're not horribly expensive, but this I was very impressed with this. So I will put a link to their Amazon store in case anyone's interested. But it was yesterday when I went to church. It was the first time I wore it in. I think I was the second time, but I wore it. No, it was actually the first time, and I wore it in church because I usually was using it for my prayers. But at first, I was like, "Oh my God, what are people going to say? They're going to judge me. And then I just thought, you know what? I'm not wearing this for everybody. I'm wearing this because I feel like it's the right thing to do. When you look back in the history, a woman is supposed to cover her head. And I don't know really why that stopped. I don't, because and it really, when I was looking at the Pope's funeral, I was noticing that everybody was coming out with some sort of head covering. Because it doesn't only have to be a veil. You can wear a veil, you can wear a hat, you can wear, some people just have plain scarves that they tie around their head or in the back. So it doesn't only have to be veil. I particularly like the veils. I think they're really elegant. I've always liked veils. But you don't have to only wear a veil, just some sort of head covering. But in any case, I was noticing when they were in, when they were at the Vatican, and they all had some sort of head covering on. I'm thinking, well, if they should be wearing them there, it just shows a sign of respect for the church, for God, for, why aren't we doing it in every church? So the strange thing is that the majority of people talking about veiling are the younger generation, which I think is really cool. I think it's really, really cool that the younger generation is starting to adhere to this. So, I mean, kudos to them. And I think, so I think we should be doing it. I don't think anybody, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to, that's fine. I just think it's a beautiful thing. And I think if it's something that we should be doing, and if it's something that you would do if you went to the Vatican, then you should be doing it in every church. That's just my feeling. My feelings mean nothing. So, but that's just my thoughts anyway. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah, but like I said, they do have, even, believe it or not, I'm going to see if I can get a couple of pictures to post too. But they actually have some that are shorter even, that just cover right here, and at this company. So I believe it was this company. But anyway, they're shorter veils, and they just cover the hair. And I mean, it's not a lot to ask, and I just feel like, I don't know why it was ever stopped. If it's something that you should be doing, and it's something they're doing, when you go to the Vatican and you're wearing a head covering, then why aren't we just doing it? Again, it's just questions I ask myself. Not that anyone cares. So, but anyway, that is all. I just wanted to kind of share that with you, and I kind of get your thoughts. What do you think about veiling? Do you think veiling yes, veiling no? Do you think you should cover your hair? If so, why? If not, why? I just get your thoughts on it. I mean, like I said, this is a me decision. It's something I want to do. But, like I said, I just question the fact of, if you would walk in the Vatican and you should have something on your head, then why aren't we just having something on our head in church? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to pass that little information along about the colors and things like that. Don't know if anybody knew that. I didn't. So when I don't know something, I like to pass it along, because maybe somebody else doesn't either. So have a great night, everybody. God bless you all. Have a great evening. Hello, everybody. I just wanted to quickly show you. I didn't show you how beautifully this this veil, and by the way, it's Bazadol, because I think I pronounced it incorrectly, so I want to make sure I pronounce it right. But it did come in this box, and it was nicely wrapped in this paper, and they give you 2 clips. So for me, because my hair is permed, it sort of just sticks to it. But if you had like long silky hair, you probably would need these to clip it on. And they also give you this nice bag to keep it in when you're not using it. And of course, just a card telling you how to care for it, what the do's and don'ts. of maintaining it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that because I didn't, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. And like I said, I will stuck to my head. See, I wanted to just give you a shout out to them, and I will put the link whichever platform I posted on. The link will be there, so you can check it out. Maybe you'd like to buy one yourself. And that is all. Have a great night, everybody. God bless.